everyone, today we will be discussing another interesting topic in industrial organizational psychology. There are various occupations in this world, like someone could be an astronaut, someone could be a cyclist, someone could also be a chef or a doctor, a naval officer, a painter, a sports person, or a disc jockey. Among all these multiple occupations, there is one thing that everyone seeks from their job. They all want that smile on their face while they are working. Thus, that one thing that they seek for in their respective occupation is nothing else but job satisfaction. So today, we are going to talk about job satisfaction, its dimensions, its characteristics, its outcomes, and also see what an individual could do if he or she is dissatisfied with his or her job. So, to begin with, let's try and understand the definition of job satisfaction. According to law, job satisfaction is a positive or pleasurable emotional state resulting from one's job or job experience. Next, let's understand the dimensions of job satisfaction. The first dimension states, job satisfaction is an individual's emotional response to a job situation. That is, whatever the situation may be, what is the kind of emotional response that he has towards that situation? Is it positive or is it negative emotional response? The second dimension states, job satisfaction is often determined by how well outcomes meet or exceed the expectations. That is, whatever the outcomes that the individual receives, do they meet his or her expectation or do they exceed the expectations? If they meet or exceed the expectation, then we can very well say that the individual is satisfied with his or her job. The third dimension states, job satisfaction represents several related variables like an employee's age, his salary, his work environment, recognition, interpersonal relationships, all of which plays a very crucial role in determining his satisfaction with his job. The next topic that we will be discussing would be the characteristics of job satisfaction. The first one being the work itself. The work itself involves the kind of work that the individual gets to do. How much does he enjoy that work? How much does he like doing that job? The second is the pay, that is the amount of salary or the compensation that he receives for doing a particular job. Third would be the supervision, which is nothing but the kind of mentoring or feedback that the individual or the employee receives from his or her supervisor. Fourth is the working condition, which involves comfortable working condition and adequate space utilization for the employees. Fifth characteristic is the co-worker, that is the kind of people that the individual gets to work with at the organization. And the last characteristic is the promotion opportunities, which involves regular appraisals, cycle and recognition for employees. Next, we shall be talking about outcomes of job satisfaction. Outcomes are nothing but the results of job satisfaction. One of the outcomes is better performance among the employees. Then reduced turnover among the employees. Turnover is nothing but the number of people leaving the organization. So when the employees are satisfied at their workplace, there would be reduction in turnover that would be seen among the employees. It would also lead to improved customer satisfaction. Also reduced absenteeism among the employees. There would be improvement in organizational citizenship behavior seen. Organizational citizenship behavior is going beyond an individual's job description and contributing additionally towards the organization. Also reduced workplace deviance. Now workplace deviance involves purposefully harming the organization in some way or the other. So when the employees are satisfied with their jobs, there will be reduced workplace deviance that would be seen at the organization. So these were the various outcomes of job satisfaction. Next, we will be talking about responses to job dissatisfaction. As you can see, the responses have been divided into 4 parts: active, passive, constructive and destructive. Active constructive would lead to voice, which is the employee here would actively and constructively attempt to improve the conditions at his workplace. Constructive passive would lead to loyalty. Here the employee would passively but optimistically wait for the conditions to improve on its own. Passive destructive would lead to neglect. Here the employee would passively allow the conditions to worsen, whereas active destructive would lead to exit. Here the employee's behavior would be directed towards leaving the organization. Thus, when the employee is dissatisfied at his or her workplace, it would lead to one of these 4 conditions, that is, either he would leave the organization, that is exit, or he would voice out his dissatisfaction to his employers so that they do something about it, or else he would simply remain loyal towards the organization and wait for the conditions to improve at his workplace, or he would neglect the situation and wait for the conditions to simply worsen. Thus, today we had a brief understanding about why job satisfaction is important and also what could job dissatisfaction lead to. For more such educational videos on psychology, do subscribe to my channel #PsychBite. Thank you.